Shalom. First and foremost, I have to give all glory, all praises, and honor unto Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim, Rakakadash, double honors the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who grew well. And as always, peace and salutations to the whole elect. And the Sisakian is pushing his truth throughout the four corners of the earth. My name is Shariah Quad, coming at y'all with another video, another lesson through the spirit and power of Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai. And pretty much the title of this lesson is going to be, the Lord is coming back in his glory. And, and that's how, Yahweh Shai, who the word and he calls Jesus Christ, he's going to return in his true glory, man. With those chariots, those angels, with immense power, man. To the likes we have never seen. And just like how the same way he ascended up, as you read in the book of Acts, I believe the first chapter, it's the same way he's gonna return. Let's get there real quick, just for edification's sake. Any new listeners or viewers that may not know this, this is the book of Acts. Acts 1 and 9. And when he had spoken these things, while they beheld, he was taken up, and a cloud received him out of their sight. I'm talking about a chariot, man, not a literal damn puffy cloud, man. It was a chariot. And while they stood steadfastly while they looked steadfastly towards the heaven as he went up, behold, two men stood by them in white apparel, and these was angels, which also said, Ye men in Galilee, why stand ye gazing up into heaven? The same Yahweh Shai, which was taken up from you into heaven, shall come in like manner as ye have seen him go into heavens, man. And just like how he went up, that's the same way how he's going to return, man, in true ultimate glory and fashion, man. You know what I'm saying? That's why you see him more so now in these last days. A lot of they call UFOs, or they deem them as UFOs. UFOs, if you're not familiar, it means unidentified flying objects, or UAPs, unidentified aerial phenomena, if I'm saying that correctly. But we can identify what they are through the scriptures, man. Those are the chariots, aka the vehicles of the Most High. And that's how Yahweh Shai and the angels are coming back. That's how they're going to return and to destroy this place and to deliver the elect, man. So let's go to Revelations. And they're going to be doing this in the midst of World War III. You know what I'm saying? Because why? The Lord's going to put the spirit upon these nations to fight. And as you can see, man, we almost on the brinks of World War III, man. Not to say that this, because as you can see, I'm going to show this quick article real quick. As you can see here, it said Russians attack could happen at any time, Ukraine officials say, man. And you can check this article out on your own. As you can see at the top, go to that website, and I ain't gonna say it because they can probably clip the video or something, because they clip the video for any goddamn thing now. But you could check that out on your own and read about it, man. And it's probably want to be the stepping stones to that's gonna lead ultimately to World War III. Not to say that's gonna trigger World War III right away, but that could be one of the dominoes effects that could lead to that, man. So we're gonna keep on a lookout for that, man, and watch on that, man. And that could happen at any time, man. And the Lord said, these things was going to happen, man. The Lord's going to bring all these nations to war against one another. And then eventually they're going to turn and try to come together and try to fight against the Messiah, who the word going to call Jesus Christ, which is not his name. He had a Hebrew name, and his name was Yahweh Shai, which means he is the Savior or deliverer. You know what I'm saying? This is Joel 3 and 1, and it reads, For behold, in those days and in that time, when I shall bring again the captivity of Judah and Jerusalem, I will also gather all the nations, and will bring them down into the valley of Jehoshaphat, also known as Yahweh Shaphat, the valley of what? Decisions. You know what I'm saying? And I will plead with them, and that word plead goes to judge. He's going to judge the nations, man. For my people and for my heritage Israel, whom they have scattered among the nations and parted my land. That's what they done, man. They scattered us. Psalms 83, the 83rd chapter, said that these nations was in cahoots with one another to destroy the nation of Israel. You so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, man. and they parted our the Lord's land. Those 1948ers, man. They don't belong in no land, right along with those Arabs, some Ethiopians, and all them other nations, man. Now you got a couple of jakes that's here and there, but for the most part, who occupy that land? The state of Israel, which is not, in the scriptures, is not known as, what I'm saying? We ain't gonna have no state in Israel in the kingdom of heaven, man. Showing that those people are not the biblical Jews, man. The biblical Israelites. That's why they call themselves Israelis or Jewish, because they're not the original ones, man. You got to be an Israelite by blood. But anyway, they parted the land, man. And not only that land, but even here in the Americas, man. Mainly North America. They took the land from the Gadites, the Reubenites, and Issacharites. Parted this land, man. Claiming to be theirs. Put Gad on reservations, man. Saying that Issachar can't cross the border, man. Showing that's why the Lord for destroy this place, Babylon the Great, right along with the rest of these heathens, man. And they cast lots for my people and have given a boyfriend harlot and sold a girl for wine that they might drink. Yea, what have you to do with me, O Tyre and Zidon, and all the coast of Palestine? It's about you Africans, because the Africans teamed up with the Arabs, Ishmael and them, man. To what? To sell you so-called blacks, Hispanic. To sell you so-called blacks into captivity, man. Mainly the southern kingdom, man. And Gad, northern kingdom went into captivity as well. Will you render me a recompense? And if you recompense me swiftly and speedily, will I return your recompense upon your own head? Because you have taken my gold and my silver and carried them into your temples, my goodly pleasant things. The children also of Judah and the children of Jerusalem have you sold unto the Grecians, the Edomites, that they might be removed from far from their borders. Behold, I will raise them up out of their places whither you have sold them, and return your recompense on your own head. And I will sell your sons and your daughters into the hand of the children of Judah, and they shall sell them to the Sabians, to a people far off. And the Lord has spoken, because you nations are going into captivity, man. And we're gonna rule you damn bastards with a rod and iron, man. Because you sold us into captivity. All these nations was in cahoots into our captivity, man. That's why you go to your local neighborhoods. You know what I'm saying? Anywhere that Jake at, man, who you see occupy the stores, the real estate owned by Amalek. Got Ishmael in there making money, selling you tobacco, selling you bacon, egg, and cheese sandwich. You got Elam owning the liquor stores, the gas stations, slunting out your women, right along with Ishmael. You got Moab selling you all kinds of abominable shit, man. Showing that all these nations in cahoots. And then you got Amalek taxing your property if you own. You paying a mortgage to a bank that's owned by whom? Amalek, man. So you're oppressed, man. And that's another reason why the Lord for to come back and destroy these damn nations, man. Right along with 2/3 you niggas, man. Verse 9, proclaim ye among the Gentiles, prepare war. Wake up the mighty man. Let all the men of war draw near. Let them come up. And not only that Russia-Ukraine crisis is something to keep an eye on. You got North Korea firing off ballistic missiles. Iran back on the scene again with war talks against Israel. The state of Israel, if I might say, because they, you know what I'm saying? So war is in the atmosphere, man. It said, verse 10, beat your plowshares into swords and your pruning hooks into spears. Let the weak say, I'm strong. Assemble yourselves and come, all you heathen. Salakia. And gather yourself together round about. Did I cause thy mighty ones to come now, O Lord? Let the heathens be wakened and come up to the valley of Jehoshaphat. For there would I sit to judge all the heathen round about. And that's what the Lord's finna do, man. Because all you heathen, especially you, Esau, you want to pay for what you have done to the children of Israel, man. It said, put ye in the sickle, for the harvest is ripe. Come, get ye down, for the press is full. The fat overflow, for their wickedness is great. Multiply, multitudes in the valley of decision, for the day of the Lord is near. Is near in the valley of decision, man. That's what the Lord's finna, man. He finna destroy you fucking heathens, man. Cause these heathens, man, what the scripture say in Psalms 2? Why do the heathen rage and they imagine a vain thing? These different nations think they're gonna be the next nation to rule, but they're not. Cause why? Let's get this real quick, and then I'm gonna strain off a little bit from the topic, but it's all through the spirit. This is 2nd Esdras 6 and 9. Let me get this real quick. It said, for Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob the beginning of it that followeth, man. These nations think they're gonna be China, all these different Russia. Like, no, man. After Babylon the Great is destroyed, man. You know what I'm saying? After that's destroyed, man, the Lord's going to set up his kingdom under who the word ain't called Jesus Christ, Yahweh Shai. You know what I'm saying? The head of what? Of the tabernacle. He's going to be, the king. And under that, you're going to have King David and the rest of the tabernacle of David, man, 144,000, the elect. Is which going to be the new ruling class government on a planet Earth, to govern the earth in what? Righteousness, man. Because all you heathen had a chance to rule this earth, man. And look what you have done. Especially you, Esau. You have destroyed the entire damn earth, man. So the earth needs a new rulership, man. A righteous rulership, man. To govern the earth, man. This earth was only given to the hands of these Edomites temporarily, man. So we can learn a lesson. So we can appreciate righteousness, man. To see the earth ran by the hands of a wicked wretch like Esau, man. And look what he have done, man. Toxic food every goddamn where, toxic air, poison, volcanoes just erupting at an alarming rate, polar ice caps are melting, ozone layer got a hole in it, animals going extinct, the people are polluted mentally, spiritually. The earth, you know what I'm saying, the earth needs a new rulership, man. The water's defiled, everything's defiled, man. By who? Those who control the earth, like Job 9:24. The earth is given into the hands of the wicked, and we know who control the earth. But let's get it. Let's get another quick precept. Let's go to this. Revelations 19:11, man. And I saw heavens open, and behold, a white horse, and he that sat upon him was called Faithful and True, and in righteousness he do judge and make war, man. It's speaking of Yahweh Shai, and his eyes were as a flame of fire. And on his head were many crowns, because the Lord is coming back to take down you heathens, man. You various kings of the earth. Because that was the custom of when one king takes over another man's kingdom, man. It was a custom to take his crown off his head, man. And that's what the Lord's finna do, man. And he had a name written that no man knew but he himself. And he was clothed with the vesture dipped in blood. And his name was called the Word of the Most High. And we already know who's the Word. John 1:1. You know what I'm saying? The word was made flesh, man. Speaking of Yahweh Shai, who the word, and he calls Jesus Christ. Because he's not coming back to give out candies, kisses, and hugs like the Christian church want to portray him as. This soft, delicate guy. You know what I'm saying? First of all, they portray him as an Edomite, which we know he was not a damn Edomite, man. He was an Israelite of the tribe of Judah, man. Through the lineage of David. And he wasn't born and married and conceived him by an angel. No, he was born through the seed line of David, man. His father was Joseph, man. So you Christians, man, don't know what the hell's going on, man. A lot of you gonna be destroyed too, man. You know what I'm saying? Verse 14, and the armies which were in heaven followed him upon the white horse, clothed in fine linen, white and clean, man. And out of his mouth goeth a sharp sword, that he should smite the nations, and he should rule them with the rod and iron, man. Let you know these nations are fucking going into captivity, man. The Lord is saying it's not coming back to play no goddamn games, man. You know what I'm saying? And he treadeth the winepress of the fierceness and the wrath of the almighty power, and he hath on his vesture and on his thigh a name written, King of Kings, Lord of Lords. And that's what the Lord is. He's coming back to destroy you devils, man. And you fucking heathens, man. Excuse my French, but it is what it is, man. Because you heathens, man, you need to be destroyed, man. If you leave it up to your hands to rule the earth. That's why the Lord is shortening up the days. Because leave it into your hands, man. No flesh should be saved, man. Especially the rate that what this devil is doing, man. With this Vicky sauce and all other kinds of abominable filth that he's doing, man. These damn pedophile rings, all this shit, man. Verse 17, and I saw the angel standing in the sun, and he cried with a loud voice, saying to all the fowls that fly in the midst of heavens, come and gather yourself together unto the supper of the great power, that ye may eat the flesh of kings, and the flesh of captains, and the flesh of mighty men, and the flesh of horses, and of them that sat on them, and the flesh of all men, both free and bond, both small and great. And I saw the beasts and the kings of the earth and their armies gathered together to make war against him that sat on the horse and against his armies. And the beast was taken, and with him the false prophets that wrought miracles before him, which had deceived them that received the mark of the beast, and them that worship his image. These both were cast alive into the lake of fire, burning with brimstone, man. That's what's coming to you, you damn people, man. Destruction, man. Especially those who take that chip, man. You're going to be destroyed right along with this beast system, right along with these rest of these heathens, man. Verse 21, and those that's alive of you heathens, which is mainly going to be you damn rich elite families, man, you going into captivity, man. When you see Jerusalem coming down from those chairs, when we have those new spiritual bodies, we're going to be going to the collapse of the rocks, into these underground bunkers, these different bunkers that these devils got, and going to be rounding you up, man. You're going to be the cream of the crop, so to say, man. If you know, the first pick of the litter for captivity, man. And these heathens know about it. That's why they moving in haste with all this bullshit plan that they going, because they know that their time is up. And the remnant was slain with the sword of him that sat upon the horse, which sword proceedeth out his mouth, and all the fowls were filled with their flesh, man. The Lord's promised the birds a feast in that day, man. And you people finna be, man, it's finna be epic, man. And only John the Revelator saw these things. Ezra saw the same thing, man. Let's get this real quick. Because all you nations gonna be fighting each other in World War III, but the Lord gonna put the spirit upon you to fight against him. They're gonna stop fighting one another and come together to fight against the heavenly, Yahweh Shai and the angels, man. And you're gonna lose, man. It's gonna be a flawless victory in that day, man. 2nd Ezra 13:1. And it shall come to pass, Slakia. Verse 2, 2nd Ezra 13:2. And lo, there arose a wind from the sea, that it moved all the waves thereof. And I beheld, and lo, that a man waxed strong with the thousands of heavens. And when he turned his countenance to look, all things trembled that was under him, man. And whatsoever the voice went out his mouth, all they burned that heard his voice, like as the earth felleth when it filleth the fire, man. Speaking of Yahweh Shah, man, because he's going to be shooting fire down from those chariots, man. Right along with the destruction from the ICBM missiles, man. And after this I beheld, and lo, there was gathered together a multitude of men out of the number from the four winds of the heavens, to subdue the man that came out of the sea. Talking about the sky, man. Because, you can compare the sky like the sea, man. The Lord's going to crack that sky, man. And they're going to try to fight against Yahweh Shai and the angels, man. But I beheld, and lo, he had graved himself a great mountain and flew upon it. Talking about that chariot, man. Because that chariot is going to be so large, man. It's going to look like a mountain flying, man. You see the movie Armageddon? It's not Armageddon, it's Salakia. Independence Day with Will Smith. That chariot that was hovering over Washington, D.C., man. Imagine that, man. Something to that large, if not even larger, man. And it ain't going to be no Will Smith coming in, dropping no, it ain't going to be in that day, man. The Lord's going to obliterate this damn place, man. And niggas like that want to be in that Will Smith spirit, your ass going to get destroyed right along with that devil, man. Because a lot of you jakes going to be fighting in World War III, too. Especially you women, man. Why you think that devil got that draft ready for you broads, man? Let's see, in that day you a man, man. But that's another topic for another day to continuing on. But I beheld, and lo, he graved himself a great mountain and flew upon it. But I would have seen the region or the place whereout the hill was graven, and I could not. And after this I beheld, and lo, all they which were gathered together to subdue him were so afraid, and yet there's fight, man. They was afraid, but the Lord still put the spirit upon them to fight. And lo, as he saw the violence of the multitude that came, he neither lifted up his hand, nor held a sword, nor instruments of war, but only I saw that he sent out of his mouth as it was a blast of fire, and out of his lips flaming breath, and out of his tongue he cast out sparks and tempests, man. And they were all together, and they were all mixed together, the blast of fire, the flaming breath, and the great tempest, and fell with violence upon the multitude which was prepared to fight, and burnt them up every one, so that upon a sudden of a numerable multitude nothing was to be perceived but only dust and the smell of smoke. When I saw this, I was afraid, even Ezra was afraid, and called Allah Yahweh Shem Shai 1144 144. You know what I'm saying? Lord willing, I'll be up that number, and whosoever watching this video. But you know what I'm saying? But man, that destruction gonna be great, man, that day, man. And Ezra was afraid when he seen these things. So how much more the heathen, man? They said they were so afraid, man, but yet they still fight. They fought. Because why? The Lord's gonna put the spirit upon them to fight. Why? To show his glory, man. And afterwards saw I, the same man, come down from the mountain, and call unto him another peaceable multitude. And there came much people unto him, whereof some were glad, some were sorry, some of them was bound, and some others of them that were offered them. Then I sick through great fear, and I waked and said, Thou hast showed thy servant these wonders from the beginning, and hast counted me worthy that thou should receive my prayers, man. And it's speaking of end time prophecy, man, because the Lord is coming back to destroy this place and these heathens and to deliver the elect, man. You know what I'm saying? Let's go to Isaiah 66, because Isaiah saying the same thing, man. Even before that, let's go to Isaiah 63. It said, Who is this that cometh from Edom with thy garments from Basra? And Basra was the capital of Edom, man. What's the capital, the headquarters of Esau's empire, man? It's here in Babylon the Great. And the Lord's going to destroy this place. This that is glorious in his apparel, traveling in the greatness of his strength. It's going to be traveling what? In those chariots that we read about in Revelations 19th chapter and here in 2nd Ezra, man. I speak, and the righteous is mighty to save. Where art thou red in thy apparel, and thy garments like him that treadeth in the wine fat? Verse 3, this is his response. I have trodden the winepress alone, and of the people there was none with me. For I would tread them in my anger and trample them in my fury, and their blood shall be sprinkled upon my garments, and I will stain all my raiments. For the day of vengeance is in my heart, and the year of my redeem is come, man. And I looked, and there was none to help, and I wondered that there was none to uphold. Therefore my own arm brought salvation unto me, and my fury it upheld me. And I would tread down the people in my anger, and I would make them drunk in my fury, and I would bring their strength to the earth, man. The Lord's come back to make a good riddance of you damn heathens, man. Like I said earlier, it's going to be a flawless victory, man. Verse 7, I will mention the loving kindness of the Lord and the praises of the Almighty, according to all that the Lord has bestowed unto us, and the great goodness towards the house of Israel, which he hath bestowed on them, according to his mercies and according to the multitude of his loving kindness. For he says, surely they are my people, children that will not lie. So he was their savior, man. He's speaking of the elect, man. The Lord is only coming back to redeem the elect. The 144,000 and the 1/3. 2/3 you niggas gonna be destroyed, man. Because you wicked, you rebellious, and you need a reset button, man. Verse 9, and in all their affliction he was afflicted, and the angels of his presence saved them, and his love and his pity he redeemed them, and he bare them and carried them all the days of old, man. Because the Lord has come back to deliver us, man. And you got to believe in that. You got niggas don't even believe that the Lord can do it. You know what I'm saying? And as you see in these last days, these people don't believe in the Lord. They only believe, that he rose from the dead. And in a simple peon mind, they don't believe that he's returning. So in that day, they're going to get their ass caught off guard, man. But the true men of the Lord is what? Watching and praying, man. Constantly watching. Watching for what? Prophecies. And praying, man. Praying that we stay in the faith. Praying that the Lord strengthen us. And praying, and ultimately praying that the Lord deliver us, man. Isaiah 66:15. For behold, the Lord will come with fire, and with his chariots like a whirlwind, to render his anger with fury, and his rebukes with flames of fire. For by fire and by his sword will the Lord plead with all flesh, And the slaying of the Lord shall be many, man. The slaying of the Lord is going to be many in that day, man. You know what I'm saying? Because the Lord is coming back to destroy this place and set up a new righteous rulership, man. You know what I'm saying? Let's go to 2 Thessalonians 1:6. I'm going to bring out a couple more precepts and then I'm going to close out. The 2 Thessalonians 1:6. Seeing it is a righteous thing that with the Most High to recompense tribulation to them that trouble you. And to you who are troubled, rest with us. When the Lord Yahweh Shai shall be revealed from heaven with his mighty angels, in flaming fire, taking vengeance on them that know not the Most High, and that obey not the gospels of our Lord Yahweh Shai HaMashiach, who shall be punished with an everlasting destruction from the presence of the Lord and from the glory of his power, when he shall come to be glorified in his saints and to be admired in all them that believe, because our testimony among you was believed in that day, man. You know, we can't wait, man. So it's a righteous thing. The Lord is waiting back to recompense those who trouble us. And are we not troubled here in Babylon the Great? Brothers catching hell day in and day out. A lot of you women giving brothers hell. Jobs. This is captivity. This is hell, man. And ultimately, man, we at war with ourselves, man. So we waiting for the Lord to come back and deliver us, man. It's a lock here. Man, Satan, man. Pull out one more precept and I'm going to close out. Let's go to Deuteronomy 32 and 40. And it reads, for I will lift up my hand to heaven and say, I live forever. If I wet my glittering sword and my hand take hold on vengeance, I will render vengeance to my enemies and reward them that hate me. And I will make my arrows drunk with blood, and my sword shall devour flesh, and that with the blood of the slain of the captives, from the beginning of the revenge upon the enemies. Rejoice, O you heavens, O you nations, with his people, for he will avenge the blood of his servants. His servants who? The prophets, man. And will render vengeance to his adversaries, and will be merciful unto his land and to his people, man. And that's what we're waiting for, man. The Lord to come back to wreak havoc upon you nations and upon you heathen, especially you, Esau. So with that, I'm going to close out with that. You know what I'm saying? Call Allah Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shai by Hashem Kakadash. Double honor to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who rule well. And as always, peace and salutation to the whole elect. And it's Sisak is pushing truth throughout the four corners of the earth. Shalom and Abba Abba.